Hello, this is Pop again. My name is Dennis Murray. Everyone calls me Pop. I'm doing a series of 5 minute presentations that I'm calling Popcasts. This is the second in the series, and it will be called Celebrate, Recreate the Middle. Um, in my first podcast, I spoke about changing the society by changing yourself. Uh, my idea is that there isn't any other effective way to make a significant change in society. You change yourself, and it will have an effect on society. There actually is a growing body of uh, uh, work in the evolutionary biology field that supports that human culture actually has an effect on the evolution of our psychology. And so there is more than just a philosophical notion here behind the idea that if you want to change society, change yourself. But the change we were talking about was fairly deep changes, and particularly the kind that you get by refreshing your connection to the source in you of your psychological energy, the intuitions of that life is worth living, that you have some wonderful gifts that you can best give thanks for by using them, and that you are led to use them in relation to each other because they're far more useful when used in relation with others, and because of, you seek comfort from others. Um, and so the question that arises next is um, what would be your motivation? Why would you want to do this? Um, and there's a number of answers to that, and it's going to take several of these presentations to dig into a bit. But for today, I want to focus on recreating the middle. It seems to me that something that's of great value to all of us is if we look at our present political circumstance, but also our culture wars, our social circumstance, and see the extreme divisive situation. And if we would like to do something about that, then probably the most practical thing is to attempt to recreate a middle. Now, I think that that's what can follow from going deep into your personality and trying to find the sources of your psychological energy, these prime intuitions, and reconnecting yourself to the sense of awe they give you, and refreshing yourself, recharging yourself, and finding a new, perhaps more flexible set of words to describe the experience of awe that is at the heart of your intuitions. And um, in that process, you then come up to the everyday world, refreshed, renewed, recharged, ready to get um, busy recreating the middle. Your energy comes with a sense of oneness, and it's somewhat mystical um, because the intuitions are an experience of awe, and awe is a mix of fear and wonder. So the words we use don't really adequately describe the intuitions, the experience that we have at the core of our personality. Um, but we need to use words and pictures in an attempt to describe to others what we've experienced, and take the comfort from them that they've experienced it as well. So that experience that's common to our humanity needs to be celebrated, and it's different from religion in that religion derives from this sense of awe at the core of our being. But the sense of awe itself we all share, even though we interpret it quite differently, and that's why we have so many different religions. But as a species of creatures who are psychologically extremely connected to each other, we need to celebrate this awe in our community if we're going to build a viable middle. And in discovering the sense of somewhat mystical sense of oneness that's part of awe, in rediscovering it, and we revitalize our sense of oneness, of connection to the people on the far left and the far right politically, and also the people of very different religious opinions from our own. In It doesn't become a case of building the middle as a sort of safe zone between two groups of people that we are appalled by, or very much unsympathetic to, or dismissive of. It becomes a case of creating a middle between two groups of people whose sense of things is quite different from ours, but with whom we still want very much to have a fruitful relation. Uh, and we realize that it may be possible to recreate the middle in such a way that it will be attractive to large numbers of people who are currently not in the middle, and move them more that way. And our hope and expectation for this um, can really be sensible. It can really be brought into existence. We can actually achieve recreating a middle, and it can have a lot of positive effects. Okay, I wanted to stop at 5 minutes. I'm at 7, so more next time. Thank you. Bye bye.